Welcome back to our channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into the world of WWE to reveal the top 10 heaviest wrestlers in WWE history. These colossal athletes took size and strength to another level, and their sheer presence alone was enough to leave fans in awe. We'll be counting down the legends who dominated the ring with their unbelievable mass and power. So who among these giants stands at the very top? Let's get started. Number 10, Big Show. Weight, 441 pounds. The Big Show is the heaviest wrestler in the modern WWE era by a long shot. He has always been huge, and WCW hinted that he was actually the son of Andre the Giant, which is not true. However, it made for a good introduction to the newest giant in professional wrestling. Big Show is also one of the most successful giants in WWE history. He is a two-time WCW World Champion, four-time WWE World Champion, and one-time ECW World Champion. He recently slimmed down and muscled up for his health, but at his heaviest, he was up around the 537-pound mark, but his average weight was actually closer to 441. Number 9, Vader, weight 450 pounds. Big Van Vader wasn't always as large as his heaviest build weight. He was always a strong powerhouse and was, at one time, extremely strong. He was a former football player and remained very agile despite his girth. Vader could do a moonsault at his weight, something that remains astonishing to this day. In 2018, his heart gave out. When he was failing in health, he tried to get healthy through DDP yoga, but Dallas Page told him he needed to slim down a lot if he wanted to survive. Sadly, it was too late. At his heaviest, Vader weighed in at 450 pounds. Number 8, One Man Gang. Weight, 450 pounds. Old school fans of the Territory days know George Gray by the name the One Man Gang. At that time, he was a monster who traveled the territories and brutalized the babyfaces, usually with someone like Skandar Akbar or Gary Hart as his manager. He was a UWF heavyweight champion at the height of the Territory days. In 1988, he signed with WWE, and many fans were introduced to him in a very different gimmick. He was Akeem, a big dancing machine who wanted to re-embrace his African roots with manager Slick. One Man Gang topped out at 450 pounds. Number 7, Uncle Elmer. Weight, 450 pounds. Uncle Elmer would be totally forgettable if not for one specific moment in WWE history. Stanley Frazier was a mainstay in the territories when he was hired by WWE to become part of Hillbilly Jim's kayfabe family. Jim was struggling with some heels that made his life rough and brought in his Uncle Elmer, Cousin Junior, and Cousin Luke. When it comes to Uncle Elmer, he was a giant of a man, weighing in at 450 pounds and barely able to move around the ring at all. However, he stands the test of time since he had a wedding on WWE television to Joyce Stasko, a wedding that legitimately happened. Number 6, King Kong. Weight, 458 pounds. King Kong Bundy sadly died in 2019 at the age of 61. During his life, he was one of the heaviest wrestlers in WWE at 458 pounds and was actually part of the main event of WrestleMania 2. That match saw Bundy battle Hulk Hogan for the WWE World title, a match that Hogan won by escaping a steel cage since he couldn't pin the big man. Bundy also competed in a noteworthy match at WrestleMania 3, where he teamed with 2 midget wrestlers to battle Hillbilly Jim and 2 other midget wrestlers. When he body slammed one of the little guys, they all turned on him, and he splashed them all. Number 5, Giant Gonzalez. Weight, 460 pounds. Much like the Great Khali, a decade later, WWE tried to make Giant Gonzalez a star by putting him against Undertaker. Similar to Khali, Gonzalez was also not a very good wrestler and only used his massive size to develop a ring presence. Unlike Khali, Gonzalez failed miserably in WWE. His match with Undertaker is one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time, and he left WWE after just 1 year. Gonzalez was one of WWE's tallest wrestlers ever at 8 feet tall, and he weighed 460 pounds. Number 4, Earthquake. Weight, 468 pounds. Earthquake was one of the heaviest wrestlers in WWE history, and 2 of his most memorable moments came due to his weight. He feuded at one point with Hulk Hogan, and his girth was shown to be impressive when he splashed Hogan, and kayfabe broke his ribs. This made him a monster heel to be reckoned with. He also had a moment where he splashed the bag that Jake the Snake Roberts carried his python Damien in, a horrifying moment. At his heaviest, Earthquake weighed in at 468 pounds. He passed away young, at the age of 42, after battling bladder cancer. Number 3, Viscera, weight 500 pounds. Nelson Frazier Jr. had a number of gimmicks when he competed in WWE. His first one was ridiculed by most fans as he took on the role of King Mabel, part of the Harlem Tag Team Men on a Mission. WWE tried to push him as a monster singles wrestler as well when they had him win the King of the Ring tournament, but fans rejected him and he was repackaged. When he returned, he was now known as Viscera and was part of Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness. He teamed with Midian and worked as a henchman for Undertaker. Later, he returned with a new gimmick as the world's largest love machine, and finally as Big Daddy V. He died at the age of 43, and at his heaviest, he weighed 500 pounds. Number 2, Andre the Giant, weight 540 pounds. For years, Andre the Giant was dubbed the heaviest wrestler in WWE, by far. Even when he wrestled other giants like Big John Studd, Andre towered over them. With the nickname the Eighth Wonder of the World, Andre was not a good wrestler, but was a special attraction that people loved to see compete. Andre would travel the world and beat the villains in different territories and was lovable and a treat to behold. He did have one heel turn when he challenged Hulk Hogan, allowing Hogan to body slam him to prove his might. At his heaviest, Andre was 540 pounds. Number 1, Yokozuna, weight 600 pounds. In 1992, a new giant came onto the scene. Yokozuna was actually Rodney Inoue, and if that name sounds familiar, it is because he was the cousin of Roman Reigns, Umaga, and the Usos. Yes, the big Japanese wrestler was actually part of the Samoan dynasty. With that said, he took Mr. Fuji as his manager and wrestled as a Japanese wrestler who dwarfed over everyone he fought. While he competed in WWE, he topped out at 600 pounds. However, he had a goal to become bigger, and after WWE fired him due to health concerns, he ballooned up to 760 pounds. He ended up dying at the age of 34. Thanks for joining us on this journey through WWE's most massive stars. Let us know in the comments which wrestler's size surprised you the most and who you think had the biggest impact in the ring. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating countdowns on WWE, wrestling legends, and all things wrestling history. See you in the next one.